Hi everyone, Prakrit here. So in this video, I'll walk you through Whofix. So Whofix is a modern web-based app built for pet grooming house businesses. Yeah. So the main reason I'm making this video is, see, whenever you're making a software that is really focused or heavily focused on appointments, booking, calendar, it could be tricky sometimes to make some of those components or pages dynamic, responsive, because of course you could easily view them and use them in the desktop. But what about the mobile view? What if somebody uses this software in the mobile? You got to make sure that they have good experience in the mobile as well. So yeah, right now we're in the dashboard section, so it's pretty simple dashboard section where you could view your key metrics and get the high level understanding of where your business stands. So of course it's quite easier to make the section responsive, but let's go to the core section or the core of this software, that is the appointment or the calendar section right here. And yeah, by the way, I made this calendar section from the ground up, from the scratch, because in the market or in the internet, I didn't find any library that were customizable. So no external libraries were used to build this. It was just made by me ground up, from the ground up. So this in this section you could add the appointment for your particular client when they're available. They give you the time and you could just add it appointment right here. Yeah. So Eric is the one who's going to provide, because I just clicked into the Eric's column, and Eric is the one who's going to provide that appointment now. And yeah, you could see the list of appointments for staffs that we have right here. And also you could navigate to different days to view the appointments of the other day or the upcoming day from right here. And of course, if you want to view, many, or let's say number of appointments in a big timeline, you could either go to the week or the month view to do that. So see on the week view, you see, number of your staff and their appointments for a particular day. And the same for the month view, it just give you the, list of thing to list of appointments that you have for a month view. And yeah, and see this section, right? So how I made this calendar, which is really web focused or focused for larger screens, for smaller screens, or for the mobile view. So let's go and I'll show you. So right now it's like this. So see, how when I minimize the screen, the left sidebar that we have is it just gets hidden, and there is a new navigation right under at the bottom, so that it gives you the mobile like experience for you to do that. And yeah, this is how it's done. So even though it's a mobile view, you could really view your appointments right here, add them as well as we did in the as we did in the desktop section as well. And of course, if I want to just view one of the stuff, I could just go here and filter for just Emmanuel, let's say, and I could view his appointment only for Emmanuel. And yeah, say and for to change the view, either week view, month view, yeah, I could just do it from right here. So this is how I made it. This is how I made it responsive for the mobile, for the calendar section. Now let's navigate to the clients. This client section is quite straightforward, because the only thing that was to make responsive was, see, I have 3 or 4 columns that I have right now, but it's not user friendly to see all these columns in your mobile. So I just hide the two or three of the columns and just show their information right below the name of the client. So so like this. See? Yeah. So now let's navigate to the services. I could navigate from right here. This is navigation system for the mobile. Let's make it, quite mobile. So I think it's good. So yeah, let's go to the services. Services is, quite the same. I just hide two, duration and price section, and, put them right below the services name. So it's more clear to view. And I could edit them as well, and it's responsive. And yeah, one thing about the appointments have the list of tables as well. So for the desktop, it's kind of like a table, but for the mobile view, this is how I made them responsive. So I made it into a card so to make it responsive. So see, this is how they'll view it on the card. Yeah. So let's go for the staff section. So this section was quite tricky for me to make it responsive. Yeah, so I'm not talking about this staff table, right? So it's quite similar with the services that we just saw as well as the client section, but I'm talking about the schedule. See this schedule. This is the schedule or the routine that we get usually in our workplaces or school or college. So it's like in tabular format and a routine. But we really don't want to you really don't want to view this whole routine or your schedule on a phone and just scroll horizontally to just view the schedule for a week for a particular staff. That's so insufficient, or let's say that's so not efficient to do it like that way. So this is how I made this section responsive actually. See, when I scroll and I minimize, it becomes a new component pops out, and that's the card for a particular team or particular staff to see the schedule. So I could see the schedule for them right here. Click on them to either edit, delete, or change their regular shift. So yeah, and same for the week. If I want to view for the week, this is how I'll view it. Who's working on Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday? And yeah, this is how this was quite this was the section that was quite trickier. So this is how I made them mobile responsive. And of course the form section, this is the section. I didn't really make it more responsive, but this is what I did. See, this form section in the desktop view is really function, or let's say, yeah, many function reads heavy, right? So you have the preview section in a section like Figma to edit different things, your title color, primary color, or in a background, in everything, right? So in the mobile view, it's not really practical to view the preview section as well as to design on the same view. So when it's on the mobile view, we just saw a message that please use your desktop or larger screen to access this form setting. This is how I did for the form setting. And for the reports, this is the last section that I made responsive and was quite trickier. So here we go. See, appointments. It is the report that gets generated after a month. What happened to your, what were the appointments that you booked to a grooming house, and for that part, right now in the desktop view, it's really good for us, or it's a really nice way to view them on the table, on the tabular format, where we have different columns or many columns to see the whole information. But as we saw for the staff schedule, it's not really user friendly for us to horizontally scroll. So for that part, I made them into cards as well. So they are the table is viewed as a card. So the input and metrics are just shown at the front of the card, and if I have to see more details, I could click on them, and the details will pop out. And yeah, same for the clients. See, like this for the clients and appointment. This is how I met them. So yeah, this is so this was the video. I just wanted to share how I made some sections that were desktop focused, but how I made them mobile friendly as well. So it's not as good as a native phone or a native app, but it provides a good enough functionality of the navigation system that's quite easier to use on the mobile as well. So yeah, this was it. Thank you for listening to me till now. So yeah, see ya.